So the forecast for today in the UK was rain. No surprise there. It's pretty much a daily event. But actually, what does that say to you, and how do you know how to respond to that information? So I'm here to talk to you about impact-based forecasting. And this is about combining that vulnerability information with the forecast. How is that weather event going to impact your life? There are some warning signals that we all understand, red, yellow, green, but actually our perception of those colors and how to act when we see them is very different depending on where you are in the world. So impact-based forecasting will help you to really cut through the noise and understand that when you have someone telling you it's raining and someone else is saying it's sunny, who do you know, how do you know who to trust? And how do you know how to respond? In the UK, for example, green is, it's going to rain, get your kids to wear their wellies because they're going to be jumping in those puddles. In Uganda, it means a prosperous day, out on a lake, catching a lot of fish. Again, in Uganda, when you see an orange warning, that might mean you could have trouble on the lake, so best to take a life jacket. In the UK, that's probably a road is flooding, so you might want to take an alternate route into work. And then finally, your red, your take action. What do you do? UK, if it's flooding, possibly evacuation, getting somewhere safe. In Uganda, it means a loss of your livelihood. You're not able to go out on the lake. You can't fish. You can't feed your family maybe that day. So it's important to understand the impact of weather on your life and who you can listen to, who you can trust to help you to make the decisions to adapt and accommodate those severe weather events. And actually, essentially, none of this works without partnerships. The meteorologists have to work with a hydrologist to really understand the impact of the hazards. The hazard people, the scientists, have to work with people in communities, those who are vulnerable, but also civil contingency experts, to really understand what kind of information they need to receive and where it's relevant for their local context. And then also, how do you get the message out? What kind of information do people want to receive so they know how to respond? Making sure that we work in partnership with those people who understand those methods is essential to making sure that people just know what to do in times of crisis. So what is the message and how do you deliver it? So in the UK, we have a national mandate, the Met Office. If there's a severe weather event, no matter where it goes out, social media, TV presentations, Met Office is tagged at the bottom. So there's that consistency of who is that authoritative voice and what they have to say, and how do we respond. And following 2007, we had massive floods. Realizing hydrology and meteorology departments had to work together, we created the Flood Forecasting Center, where they sit together in the same room and they work out those hazards and impacts. And they then inform a wider government partnership, the Natural Hazards Partnership, with Public Health England, Ministry of Agriculture, DEFRA, and Energy, where they all figure out how to make sure the right message is getting to the right people. So do we understand the warnings, red, yellow, and green? What do they mean to us, and how do we act? You are going to find out so much more about this at the session on Friday. You're going to have true experts in the room, hydrologists, meteorologists, disaster risk managers, people from Mozambique, Indonesia, who are going to walk you through this weather matrix, which I couldn't do today, but it's very easy and they'll make you understand it very well. And they are the ones who are really going to make this all become really clear for you and get the message across well to you. And also, as well as those people, has it frozen or am I just totally off time? I think maybe. I know we do have our speakers from the Philippines and Jakarta and Mozambique, and they're going to give you their context of how this kind of weather information and how it's formulated can help them to do better in their own communities. I put this up there because I actually challenge anyone to think of one of the goals where weather and climate isn't relevant to them. I mean, it really impacts every single area of our lives. And to make sure that everybody is not just developing sustainably, but responding, we have to be aware of that. So as Francis said, I can absolutely forecast the sun is going to be shining here on Friday, not so much in Venice. And I really encourage you to come and join our session, and we'd welcome you there. Thank you.